Minister Araghchi, we thank you for your time. Who is in charge of Iran right now?
Well, thank you, Tom, for having me in your program. Well, I think the system is working very well. We have lost the supreme leader, but according to our constitution, there is now a council which takes charge of his duties, and then the president, the cabinet, ministers, everybody is in its position. So the system is working very well, and everybody, is in charge.
The world saw your battleship sunk in the Indian Ocean. Dozens of Iranian sailors died. Your response was, quote, "Mark my words, the U.S. will come to bitterly regret the precedent it has set." So what is Iran going to do? And at this point, given the state of your military right now, what can you do?
Well, first of all, that was a training training ship, which was invited by the Indian Navy to take part in an exercise. And they went there as their guests, the Indians guests, and they, did participate in that exercise, and they were in their way back home, and the ship was unarmed. So attacking an unarmed ship full of, training officers and sailors is, a war crime, I have to say.
What type of battleship, Minister, excuse me, but what type of military would allow a battleship into the ocean with no weapons on board?
Well, because it was, the goal was not, their aim was not going to war. They went for an exercise, which was arranged by the Indian Navy. There are so many other guests who went there, and they, took part in a parade. And, everything was a peaceful, training course or peaceful training process. So they didn't need, weapons. They actually went to that mission long before the war started. And when I said that the U.S. would regret that, I meant that they have, the U.S. have unfortunately set a precedent which is, against the international law and would actually damage the whole concept of international, law of seas. When an unarmed, ship is attacked with no reason, and a big number of sailors are killed without taking part in any battle, that would set a precedent. And
the U.S. The U.S. says it controls the skies, that Iran's ballistic missile attacks have dropped more than 80%. The U.S. has hit over 2,000 Iranian targets. The Pentagon says America is winning decisively. Do you think they're wrong?
Well, I think, now 6 days after the war, it is clear that the U.S. Has failed to achieve its main goal, which was a clean, rapid victory. They failed to achieve that, and now they are trying to justify why they did attack us, and they have, presented so many different reasons, but none of them worked. And now they are talking about, Plan B, and I believe that, their Plan B would be even a bigger failure. So they are controlling our sky. But at the moment,
Minister, your supreme leader was killed. Your top military leaders were killed. Your military installations have been bombed. How can you call that a failure?
Well, then what they have achieved? What was their goal? They came here for a regime change, perhaps. They came here for a rapid victory, so they can, control everything. But they have failed. The system is working. The commanders have been replaced, and the supreme leader is going to be replaced soon, according to the procedures set by the Constitution. So everything is in order. Yes, we have been targeted, but we have also have attacked so many targets in Israel, and so many targets belongs to the Americans. Their assets, their bases, their installations in the region. And, they have not been able to prevent those attacks. Our missiles are still working. Our missiles are still in place and hitting their targets in a very precise manner. So,
Minister, can Iran win this war? If I can ask you, can Iran win this war, and what does winning look like for Iran?
Well, there is no winner in this war. Our win is to be able to resist against, their illegal, goals, and this is what we have done so far. So they have failed to achieve their goals, and we have been able to resist against them, to stand against the most powerful army of the world, as they claim, together with, Israelis, who are also claim to have the big army. Two of them are nuclear armed, but still the people of Iran, the armed forces of Iran, have been able to stand firm against them. They couldn't, stop us firing missiles to Israel and to other destinations. We are doing very well, and they have not been able to stop us. So this is our win.
Yeah,
and I don't think they can be a winner at the end of the day.
Minister, explain to us and to the world, really, Iran has chosen to attack at least 10 other countries, many of them your Arab neighbors. None of them were involved in this war. Why are you attacking your Muslim neighbors during the holy month of Ramadan?
Oh, please don't mistake. We have not attacked our neighbors. We have not attacked Muslim countries. We have attacked Americans' targets and Americans' bases, Americans' installations, which are unfortunately located in the soils of our neighbors. So we have made it clear for them. I have been in touch with their foreign ministers, and I have explained that we are not targeting you. We have no problem with you. We are only targeting the American installations and American bases. And the reason is obvious.
But Minister, Iran is hitting civilian targets, striking hotels, high-rise apartments, airports in many of these countries. Those are not military targets.
Well, no, we have targeted very well. The Americans are. Maybe there have been some collateral damages, as it is in every war. Look, more than 70,000 people were killed in Gaza by Israelis, and Israeli army called all of them collateral damage. So yes, there is the possibility of collateral damages in this situation as well. This is what we have warned everybody in the region beforehand, that if the U.S. attack us, we have no way but to attack their installations, which are in your territories, and then everything may go out of hand, and the war would become a disaster for the whole region. This is what we have warned, and many others have warned, and many Americans have also warned the U.S. administration, do not repeat the same mistake. They have done it before in our region, and this is what they have done. This war is not our war. This is not our choice. This is a war of choice by the United States, and they should be held responsible for all those damages.
Minister, NATO said they shot down an Iranian missile, which Turkey says was in its airspace. Are you creating new enemies every single day?
Well, we have, our military has denied firing any missile to either Turkey or
There's
Azerbaijan.
video of the missile. There's video of the missile on the ground. NATO has said this was fired by Iran.
Well, there is no reason why we should fire, a missile to Turkey, which is a good neighbor of us. Also, there is no reason to fire, drones to Azerbaijan. We are investigating what has gone wrong regarding these missiles or drones. Maybe, they have come from other places. Maybe something has gone wrong, but we have no intention at all to attack Turkey or Azerbaijan or any other country in our neighborhood. But we would certainly target Americans' bases and Americans' installations in the region wherever they are.
Minister, you just said that you had threatened before this started that the battlefield would expand if Iran was attacked. You are expanding the battlefield. Several countries, as I mentioned, have been hit. Is Iran's goal here to attack these other countries so they try to pressure the United States to stop bombing Iran?
No, this is not our goal. Our war is with the U.S. U.S. is attacking us on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, and we are defending ourselves. How we can defend ourselves when we cannot reach the American soil? What we can, attack to are American bases which are around us in the region, and they are scattered all around the region. And this is the, the natural, consequences of this war. This is because of the nature of this war. The U.S. is attacking us. They are killing our people. They are hitting our schools. In only one case, 171 school girls, students were killed by an American attack. Now they attacked our hospitals. Today they attacked, sport, stadium, and even they have started to attack our municipalities, local police stations, everything. So how we can protect ourselves, how we can defend ourselves by attacking American facilities and assets in the region, wherever they are. So this is now,
Minister, Minister, you yourself are painting a very dire picture of what the situation looks like in Iran. Government buildings bombed, even sports stadiums bombed out, police stations bombed. How much longer can Iran hold on?
Well, we defend ourselves as long as it takes. It is obvious we are the victim of the act of aggression, and what we are doing is self-defense, and we have every right to defend ourselves. And at the same time, we have been able to hit targets in Israel and American bases, and they have also received bad damages. And there are footings of the damages they have been received. There has been damages. So this is a war, of course. And there are so many damages in both sides in any war.
But Minister, the damages obviously in Iran are much worse, right? We're talking about maybe a dozen victims outside of Iran, including 6 U.S. service members, whereas in Iran there are reports of nearly 1,000 people killed in Iran. And all those government installations, your government leadership, the government infrastructure, the buildings, this is not an equal battle right now. Would you agree to that?
Well, look at the damages inside Israel as well. They have badly hit by us. Of course, they are in control of their media, so they don't publish, the footages of the damages. But this is a war. But we have received, yes, damages. But we are not, the one who actually, we are the one who defend our dignity, and our dignity is important than anything else, and our independence, and we pay any price needed to protect our sovereignty and our territorial integrity and our dignity, and this is what we are doing right now, and this is what we did last time in June 2025, when for 12 years we resisted. And we finally forced our enemy to request for an unconditional ceasefire. And this is what going to be repeated this time as well. When they can,
So wait, Minister, please, yes, if you could just explain there. Are you saying Iran is going to request a ceasefire?
No, we didn't ask for a ceasefire even last time. In previous time, it was Israel who asked for a ceasefire. They asked for an unconditional ceasefire after 12 days that we resisted against their aggression. In the first days of war, they wanted us to surround, they wanted capitulation, but we continued defending ourselves, we continued hitting them by our missiles, and then it was them who first asked the United States to help them, and then they asked for an unconditional ceasefire. It was Israel who asked for ceasefire, not us. Again,
but Minister, to be fair, to be fair, Iran signaled that it was going to stop firing as well. To be fair, you did signal that, Minister.
No. I never signaled that last time or this time. It was Israel who asked for a ceasefire, and we were fighting. And it was Americans who contacted me and asking to stop the war. If they told me that Israel is ready to stop. Its aggression, and they asked us that please you will stop as well, and we accepted last time. But this is not going to be repeated this time. It is not, like that. That's every year they attack us and they kill our people, they destroy places, and then ask for a ceasefire. No, this time is different. This time there should be, the end of war and hostility. We don't accept ceasefire unless, they accept their responsibility for the damages they have made to us, and then they guarantee that this scenario is not going to be repeated, in the future. So this time is different. We resist to the end, and we can, we don't ask for a ceasefire right now, and this is our position. And we have never signaled any ceasefire to Americans. We have never sent any
Minister,
messages.
just to be clear, Minister, to be clear, I want to make sure I understand you here. Right now, you're saying Iran does not want a ceasefire.
We are not asking for a ceasefire. And we don't see any reason why we should negotiate with the US. When we negotiated with them twice, and every time they attacked us at the middle of negotiations. So there is no request for a ceasefire by us, and there is no request for the negotiation with the US from us. We have never sent any messages to them.
Minister, you said that Iran cannot reach U.S. soil, right? The American homeland with the weapons that you have right now. Is there any other way that Americans should be concerned that Iran could attack the American homeland?
No, they have enough bases around us. Why we should go further than that? They have enough soldiers, they have enough, military assets, and they have enough military bases and military installations. So we don't need to go beyond that.